A 1971 Dodge Challenger RT 426 Hemi, 4-speed in black. It's got to be muscle car of the week. Many people might suggest that 1971 saw the beginning of the decline of the muscle car, primarily because new emissions laws, high insurance rates, the beginning of the end of leaded gasoline, all combined to make the automakers start to reduce the power levels in factory muscle cars. In fact, in 1971, Dodge was marketing their Challenger RT to still be a performance car, even though they reduced the compression ratio. In fact, they had a headline in their ad for the base model that said, "It ain't Attila the Hun, but it ain't Mary Mild either." I don't know who Mary Mild is, but if you bought a base Challenger RT, it would come with a 383 Magnum under the hood, which wasn't a bad engine. It started to see a reduction in compression for 71, but our car today has the 426 Hemi under the hood. And the great thing about the Hemi is it was never an engine that was reduced to a former Shadow low compression, low performance version of its former mighty self. Now, the 426 Hemi stayed a high compression, 425 horsepower all the way till the end of its production, which was pretty cool. And for 1971, only 71 people signed the purchase order to buy a brand new 1971 426 Hemi-powered Challenger RT. 12 people got the automatic transmission. The other 59 came to their senses and bought the pistol grip Hurst shifted 4-speed, and that's what we have here today. And I gotta say, whoever outfitted this car really knew what they were doing, because they added a long list of options, but they all make perfect sense. I mean, first of all, it's a triple black car. This is color code TX9, where you got the black exterior, black interior high bucket seats, and it has an optional black vinyl top, which I think actually looks really good on this car. Some cars can wear vinyl tops, others not so much. This one looks really sharp. It also has the blacked out painted front bumper option, and it has a blacked out rear wing. The wheels are black with the small hubcaps. And if you look closely, you'll see the RT stripes are still present. They go up the fenders, across the door, and end on the quarter panel. And although they're satin black, they're just visible against the shiny black paint. Another cool thing, the shaker scoop, which sits on top of that mighty 426 dual quad Hemi V8. It doesn't matter if you're a Ford fan, a Chevy fan, or a Dodge fan, everybody's gonna like this car because it is a Hemi car. It's got original sheet metal. It's only got 24,000 miles on it. And I think this thing is wearing all of its original interior. The only thing that's not original on this car is the shaker hood scoop, but that's really all this thing needed, so I don't mind. Now, even though the front bumper is the optional black body color, the rear bumper is still chrome, and there's a couple interesting other details on this car, like the side mirror is chrome. You would think that maybe with all the blacked out stuff, this car would have had a painted side mirror, but no, it has the chrome mirror, and it has all the rest of the molding package that came with option A46. So I think that combination of triple black and some of the small color details like the 426 Hemi badge on the side of the shaker scoop and the raised white letter tires on those 15-inch wheels just add enough color to make this thing look really sinister and really purposeful. But whoever bought this car new added some interesting options inside the car as well. This car has a full light package. It's got the high back bucket seats. It's got power steering and brakes, the left-hand remote racing mirror, 3-speed wipers, a rear window defog, which is pretty unusual in a car like this. Of course, the 4-speed transmission, and it's also got power windows, something you rarely see on a Challenger like this car. It's got the AM/FM radio with the optional rear speaker. And another cool thing about this AM/FM radio is if you look closely, the numbers are opposite of what we're used to. The AM's on top and the FM is on the bottom. Of course, the dashboard is loaded with full instrumentation, including the 7,000 RPM tach and a clock. So the driver knows what's going on when he revs up that 426 Hemi. But of course, perhaps the most significant thing on this car is that 426 Hemi. And by 71, that was adding like $900 to the purchase price of this car. When Dodge was marketing these cars, they were going after the Pontiac Firebird and Mercury Cougar crowd because they said that the Dodge Challenger was kind of a luxury sport car, whereas the Plymouth Cuda was more of the sportier car that went after the Mustang and Camaro crowd. So the Challenger was a little bit bigger than a Cuda, and they also advertised that the rear seat was actually useful. But in a car like this, I think all the action's going to happen in the front seat as you hammer down, hit those two four-barrels opening up wide, and rowing through the gears. This car also has a track pack rear end with a 354 ratio, power brakes, and of course with 425 horsepower and 490 foot-pounds of torque, that Hemi is able to leave black marks on the ground that match the black paint on the side of the car. The list of my favorite muscle cars in the Brothers collection keeps getting longer, and this car just rose to the top. What do you think? Tell us about it. You like this car? Come to our website at musclecaroftheweek.com and share this on our Facebook page. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any episodes of cool cars like this from Muscle Car of the Week.